Hello, beautiful peeps of YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kat, and you're watching Planning Calm. And here in this channel, I love to share with you all the many ways I can help you plan your way to calm and plan a calmer life. Today, I am filming on a wonderful Saturday morning. Things are great. Life is good. I'm feeling all the feels in my calm office, and I'm very grateful that it is the weekend because I'm tired and it gives me a chance to rest. Comment down below and let me know, what are you up to today? Whenever you are watching, are you getting a chance to rest and relax and take some time for some calm living, or are you just in the go era of your life? Either way, comment down below and let me know how you're doing. Now in this video today, I want to share with you my 5 tips for finding planner peace. Earlier this year, back in January, or maybe it was even December, I showcased a number of planners that I wanted to use this year in order to help me with my planning. And now that we are 6 months into the year, I've found that there have been a lot of changes that have happened, and some of the things that I thought I was going to use and that I, thought were going to be good options for me have turned out not to be needed. And so I want to share my 5 tips with you on how I found planner peace this year. So let's get started. My first tip to finding planner peace is to really identify your true needs. Now, before you choosing any planner, it's really important to get clear on what you're trying to organize. Is it your work tasks? Is it personal goals, family schedules, habits, health tracking, finances, etc.? It's really important to know what your priorities are, and that will help filter the endless planning options that are available. So, questions to ask yourself. 1, do you need daily, weekly, or monthly views? So what I mean by that, I'm going to shift these planners aside because there's a lot of them. Now this planner here, this is one that I thought was going to be a great planner for me. This is the Passionate Penny Pincher Planner. I have a number of videos on it because initially I loved it, but it just didn't it just didn't work with my individual needs. Now I do need planning for weekly and monthly views, but I found that the daily stuff just didn't work for me. Not that this one was a daily planner, but that's just something that I realized after using it. And this is a beautiful planner. Now, if you can get your hands on it, I highly recommend this planner. Just because it didn't work for me does not mean it's going to work for you. This planner is excellent if you are a mom and you have kids who are in different things, you're managing a household, you have a partner that also has things going on. It's really great for those type of things, especially if you have multiple children doing multiple things. For me, I live a more simple life in terms of it's just me and my partner, my husband, Mr. Calm, and we don't have any kids. We don't have anything but our own individual activities, which we use a different style of planning for. But if you have multiple kids, this would work. But this did not work for me. And so it's really important to identify what your needs are when it comes to planning. And, if you're somebody who enjoys journaling, do you like having space for journaling, for lists, for creativity? That's where one of my top recommended planners comes in, because this is the Sterling Ink Common Planner. Now, this is one of my top choices that has worked for me. I've had one last year and I have one this year, and it is by far one of the best planners I've ever used. And it just works because it works with my needs. I love to track tasks. I love to journal. I love to make lists. And this gives me the opportunity to do all those things. Not to mention, it also has those weekly and monthly views that I like. So the monthly views here, it gives me everything I need. I can see what I have in store, what I need to do, what I'm focusing on, and it's great to have like that monthly view. But then it also has weekly views, and so I can write down the things that I need to keep track of, the things that are working for me, important dates and activities are coming up. I'm a teacher, a high school teacher, and so I'm also doing coaching. I'm also doing YouTube. I also have consulting, and I also have a side business. And so there's a lot going on. And so I need a planner that's going to help my true needs by really giving me the opportunity to write and track the things that I need to track in a clear, easy way that makes sense for me. Now, my next tip number 2 for helping you find planner peace is to experiment without committing. So what I love to do, and this is my second favorite planner, this is essentially a notebook, but I like to call it my notebook planner. I have made a number of videos showcasing my notebook planner. Sorry if you hear banging in the background. That's Mr. Calm doing something. I apologize, but if you're somebody who is looking to experiment without committing, I highly recommend picking up just a dollar store notebook. And what this will do, it will help you test out layouts and formats before committing to a full size and also an expensive planner. So in this, you can do a number of different things. You can try out different layouts. You can write in different ways and kind of see which layout style works for you. Are you somebody who likes a daily view, a weekly view? Maybe you want to write out a monthly view in a notebook and get a sense in that way. Or if this isn't working for you, you can also try out free printables. I know there's lots of, if you just Google it, there's lots of free printables that you can use to download and just print off and get a sense of maybe this style, like a dashboard would work versus a vertical versus a horizontal. You could do it that way with many of the different planners that are out on the market. Or you can also create your own spreads, which is what I do in my notebook planners, and it's great. If you're somebody who is more of a digital person, you could also try apps like Notion, Google Calendar, even the iCal on iPhone, GoodNotes, for any digital layouts that you have. And again, like I always say, inexpensive notebooks are great for mock-up layouts. And notebooks are great because it helps you find what works with you without the pressure of being perfect and that, chase for perfection, which I know a lot of planners struggle with, myself included. So notebook, this is another planner that I absolutely love and has helped me find planner peace this year. Now, tip number 3 is to decide on what format works for you. Now, for me, I'm a paper girly, but I know there's a lot of people out there who are more digital. It doesn't really matter. Each format has its pros and cons. Now, for me, this is another one of my favorite planners. This is the Sprouted planner, and I absolutely love this planner. And this planner, paper just gives me that tactile satisfaction with fewer distractions. As soon as I'm on my phone, I'm checking on Instagram, I'm checking here, I'm checking there, and I totally get distracted when it comes to, having that digital planning system. Whereas using paper planning, such as this planner here, it just helps me to just hone in and zone in on the things I need to plan for. And so sometimes if I'm out and about and I'm rushed, I will do a hybrid system where I will use my phone to, put things in and, just keep track of things that way. And then I will always transfer it to a paper planner. And this paper planner is great. It has the monthly view that I love. It has the weekly view that I love. There's lots of space. The paper, which is very important to me, is of high quality. It's nice and thick. It's easy to write on. The pens that I use just looks great in them. And I've been using them and loving these planners. All of these planners I've been using regularly, and it's just been great. It's just been great. So definitely decide what format you like. If it's paper, find a really good paper quality and paper planner that works for you to help you with your needs. Now, tip number 4 is to make it a ritual, not a chore. It relies on consistency. And one of my victories for finding planner peace this year has been just staying consistent. Now, for me, I build my ritual around my planning time. So the mornings are really hectic. Like I mentioned, I'm a teacher, so the mornings are go, 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 go. So I tend to use my evenings as an opportunity to reset and reflect at the end of each day. And these are the 3 planners that I use to accomplish that. So for instance, in the day, I will use my notebook planner as my jotting down, journaling on the go, bam, 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 bam type of planner. This is what I carry in my work bag, my personal bag all the time. And it's what I jot things down in. I would show you, but I have a lot of personal things in here, so I don't want to show that on camera. But it is my ride or die. I love my notebook planner. And then when I get home and I have my cup of tea and I'm just relaxing, Mr. Calm's at basketball, and I'm just chilling, reflecting on the day, that's when I reach for these two planners. And I just go in and I jot my things down and I look at what I have. I just go through and check. And this ritual takes, 10 minutes, 50 minutes tops. Doesn't take a long time, but this keeps my planners useful and relevant. The fact that it doesn't take a lot of effort, it doesn't take a lot of time, and it's something that I can do. The planners, like I mentioned, are great quality. I love them. They're easy to use. They're not complicated. There's not a lot of things written on them and do this and do that and check here and check there. None of that stuff. I can be creative if I feel like being creative, or May was an exceptionally busy month and I did hardly any type of sticker planning or anything like that. It was just basically just pen and paper, and I'm okay with that because I didn't have the time for that and I wasn't going to beat myself up for that. And this month here, in this planner, again, it was, I tried my best, but there wasn't a lot of sticker action. I tend to wrote the things that I need to keep track of and bills and things like that. And it was okay. I was okay with it and it worked out great. I felt so calm, so relaxed, and it was great. Now, my last tip for finding planner peace that has worked for me this year is to be flexible and forgiving. What works in one season may not work in another. And a great example of this is my health and fitness planner that I had perfect intentions of using this year, but it just did not work for me. Now, the old me would be like, well, I started this, I have to, and I would have forced myself because I spent the money on it, and I would have forced myself to, use this planner, even though it wasn't working, just because I didn't want to feel guilty about it. And that would make me miserable. And then I wouldn't have had planner peace with that. And so, it's not about perfection. Planner peace doesn't mean perfection. It just means support. So being willing to adapt and change your system as you grow and change is also a good thing too. At the beginning of the year, like a lot of people, my emphasis was on trying to lose weight and trying to be healthy. And what I've realized is that I was getting so consumed, very unhealthily consumed with that. And the fact that it wasn't coming easy, I was beating myself over it. I was getting upset and sad. I was getting depressed by it. Like, why am I not losing 2 pounds a week? And why is my weight loss so slow? And then every time I picked up my planner and I had to track things, my progress was just stagnant and still. And the doctor's like, just keep on trekking. You got some weight loss, you got some health issues, just gonna make it difficult. Your thyroid, you're this, you're that, blah, blah. Just keep on going. And I just felt like such a failure. And looking at this made me miserable. And so when I decided to put this away and just focus on doing the daily task every day, if it meant not losing any weight, that was okay. As long as I was healthy and happy and doing the things that I was supposed to do, I know that the weight will come off when it's good and ready, and I'm not going to force it, and I'm not going to be triggered by a weight loss planner anymore. So when I put this aside and I just took a deep breath and breathed and focused on the things that bring me peace, that's when I felt so much better. And so that's what you have to do. You have to be willing to be flexible and forgiving for things that may not work for you. If you buy a planner and it doesn't work, don't feel guilty over the fact that the planner wasn't a good fit for you or that you spent the money. Sometimes it's all about that trial and error. Sometimes you won't know until afterwards, and that's okay. So, when it comes to finding planner peace, my friends, it's really about trial and error. You have to try things out, discover what works for you. Sometimes things work in the beginning and then your needs change, your life change, habits change, and that's okay. You just roll with it. Be flexible and forgiving. Don't make planning a chore. Make it fun and relaxing. If you're a paper person, be a paper person. If you are a digital person, be a digital girly, and experiment without having to commit to anything. download things that may work for you, or, find something online, test it out first, identify what your real needs are, and stick with it. Don't be like everybody else. Don't let FOMO rock you. You are your own person with your own creative and unique needs, and you will find the planner piece when it's ready. The thing is that has worked for me is finding things and sticking to things that have worked for me and my individual needs, not getting caught up with FOMO, and just having joy in planning and not feeling guilty if things don't work out. And that is how I found planner peace in 2025. So thank you so much for watching, my friends. Comment down below and let me know if you found planner peace, or if you're still on a journey to planner peace. I would love to hear that too. If you care to share in the comments down below, I would love to know. And until the next video, my friends, take care, be well, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next planner video. Bye-bye, planner peeps.